Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unique Not Different with me, Shamla. Today, I have in studio Chanel Nangu, who is a Limnos self-advocate. Last month, April celebrated Limnos Awareness Month, and Chanel is here to share her story, her journey, and also her work in advocacy. So, good morning, Chanel. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning, Shamla. I'm good.
So, Chanel, can you briefly share your limb loss journey and what the early adjustment period was like?
Well, I was involved in a vehicular accident 3 years ago, the result of which I lost my limb, my right leg under the knee. So it has been a journey of adaptation and relearning how to do things, but it has been an amazing learning experience thus far.
So, what have been some of your biggest physical and emotional challenges, and how did you overcome?
Physical challenges. Prior to obtaining a prosthetic leg, it was that period of time, which would have been a year, that was one of the hardest times physically. Having to relearn my home, having to adjust in a different body, emotionally losing that independence temporarily, and asking for assistance. That took an emotional toll on me because I was always a person to do things for myself. So that was challenging emotionally. In terms of overcoming that,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I had to learn how to be humble and ask for help and know that people are around to support and willing to help.
I think we all have to learn that we all need each other in certain ways, and it's
Yes.
only when certain challenges come by then we realize that. So, why is limb loss awareness important, and what message do you want people to take from it?
Limb loss awareness is important because I think we need to work on eliminating stereotypes that people who would have experienced limb loss, be it your leg or your hand, you're still somebody and you still have a life, you still have family, you still have friends, you can still work, you could still enjoy your life, you could still travel. So I think the most important thing for me, the message that I would like to send is that we need to still view persons as human beings with goals, with a life that they are entitled to enjoy, and still have ideas and things to contribute to society. We shouldn't just cancel them out.
And I think business have to accept that for themselves as well. So, what are some
Yes.
common myth or misconceptions about limb loss you would like to correct?
Speaking from personal experience, I would have had persons say, well, this is the end, and, you know, I think that we need to move away from that and really embrace others, learn them, because they are learning themselves all over again. Especially if the limb loss would have come from sudden experiences like mine. Yeah.
Yeah, and as a self advocate, what changes are you pushing for in society or systems to better support people with limb loss?
Well, I started an Instagram page. It's also on Facebook as well. Gateway, GAIT, which is like the manner of walking way. So it's like a play on
Mhm.
words. Through that page, I want to share personal experiences, be a little more interactive so that if someone experiences the same thing as me, be it whatever condition, cancer, diabetes, a traumatic amputation, they should find a source of inspiration and also have information on how to cope and how to adjust, as well as their family. Because for me, I know for sure it wasn't just a sudden experience or a sudden change for me, it was a sudden change for my family as well. So having that platform to be informative and educating, not only for someone who may be an amputee, but for their support system as well, to better understand.
Yeah.
And also, there are
Go
so
ahead.
many gaps. Like having been discharged from hospital, I think that we need to bridge a gap there with counseling, physiotherapy, and also have a connection with whichever clinic you belong to and the prosthetic office in the country. So we won't have gaps and have to try to figure out how to fill those gaps ourselves.
You can definitely hear that you're speaking from experience. In terms of
Yeah.
accessibility to prosthetics, right? Is it affordable and accessible in Trinidad?
It is accessible in Trinidad in terms of affordability. It is costly. So that is a challenge in obtaining it. Maybe
Major
a challenge for
challenge.
some people
Yeah.
having access to that type of funds in order to obtain a prosthetic.
Yeah, and I would assume that even through your journey, it would be costly. Reaching to the prosthetic level, it would be
Yeah.
costly. So, yeah. What's your message to others living with limb loss, or to those supporting someone through it?
For the ones who supporting someone through it, be patient with that person because it's a new way of life and it's a new way of adjusting and relearning yourself. For the person who is experiencing limb loss directly, be confident and understand who you are, understand that you'll be doing things differently, but that's fine. Be patient with yourself. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's journey. Everyone's journey is different. The time taken to do things is different, but you'll get there.
Chanel, you could definitely see that you're very self-aware and mindful, of your journey and yourself, which it shows and I guess exudes with how you answered your question. And I think that this will draw a lot of inspiration on people who are going through the process. We oftentimes people tend to feel shy when they're going through it and think, okay, they are castaways. So I
Yeah.
want to say thank you so much for taking the effort, time, and continue the great work that you are doing in terms of limb loss. But before we go, can you just give me the Facebook page and Instagram page?
It's Gateway TT on Instagram and Gateway on Facebook.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Chanel. I wish you a great day. And guys, with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to this week's segment of Unique Not Different. As I always say, be good, do good. Bye, everyone.